kid in full hockey fit pulls up and sits right in front of you, and you can't see a thing. This might be more of a me guy move than just bringing your glove to a game. At least your glove is not right in the people behind you's face. I'm not trying to grow my bones anymore. My bones are grown, bro. I don't need to drink milk. I'm not a baby. You know who drinks milk? Babies and children. I don't put milk in my coffee. I drink black coffee like a grown-up. He ain't throwing a pick. If I could speak another language, I'd say it in that one too. It's time to dust off old Krabs again, take the less than half a pick, and f***ing cash would be tonight's. Tail it, fade it. I don't give a I'm making money on it. What's going on, chat? Happy BTL Wednesday, episode 801 piece. As always, hold the fry, joined by your two hosts, Krabs and Jovan, presented by Bookit Sports. If you are not using Pickets every day, like old Krabs, like Jovan, like the Bookit Squad, start using Pickit today. Start tracking your bets over there on Bookit Sports, the best bet tracking app out there by far on the App Store or Google Play. Cap needs to be tipped. You're not wrong, Kyle B. Man, Trent had a great night last night. He might be the hotter better. Not a better. Hotter better. Got to tip Cap. Trent, it was a good run. Okay, and you showed me his boss. Unbelievable.
Just.
I mean, I got to tip Cap, man. He went 4-1.
Yeah, it was a good day.
And now I owe Trent a steak. Unbelievable. Trent, GG's, man. Great work. 4-1. The only loser was SGA, and it was by 1 point. Is that true?
Yeah. If that game was closer, I mean, he had two pretty negatively correlating OKC bets there.
Yep.
So you're only getting one.
Yep. Gosh. What a run. Hey, I went 3-2. It's not like I went negative, but Trent outdueled me, man. Got to give respect where respect is due. Good rips. It took double OT, man. Can't make it up. But yeah, got to tip Cap. W Trent. All right. Can we recap? Can we recap the squad ride? You got that graphic handy, or let's get that over with? Let's get that over with. Good start, bad finish.
Yep, good fourth quarter. Starters.
Harden was looking like vintage Harden. Then he was
just. Then he
was.
And he looked like vintage Harden on the bench.
Yep.
Just.
Man. Overall sharp report. Decent. Nothing to write home about tomorrow, Pa, right? But nothing to, bitch him out about either. 3-2 from both of us. Okay.
Yep. Shot D-Bang getting ejected?
Yeah. Although he probably wasn't going to hit anyways. He's in foul trouble, but
yeah, he was cooking.
Yeah, he was starting to get going. The Bangura square I gave out, I mean, that dude had an absolute field day yesterday. Should not have faded the DeMatha kids. That is on me. And he had a couple big runs in the second half. He had a kick return for a touchdown.
That was
unbelievable.
Just...
He's really good. The Piotr less than was free. The less than on the ice was free. The Pelicans had a great comeback. Miami of Ohio had a meltdown, but it is what it is. Can't win them all. 3-2.
That Kachekov square was just great work.
That was a good one. Adam, I'm with you, man. I miss baseball as well. I miss teams besides the Dodgers or the Blue Jays. That's what I miss. But man, I already miss baseball. It's been a couple days. Frenchie says, Krabs, how do you lose to Trent? It happens, man. It happens. He went 4-1. It's good reps. We got Jesus getting involved. Let's have a Wednesday, gents. W Jesus. We got Pax Picks with a 25 stream streak. 25. Jeesh. Those don't grow on trees. W Pax Picks. Mikkel getting involved with a resub as well. Let's have a day. W Mikkel, 7-month resub. We appreciate you, Beast. Might have to do Jovan versus Trent next. Let's see if he can defeat the king right now in Trent. We'll see. We've also got a Pip 25 stream streak. Cannot let that get squeaked. W Pip. We appreciate you, Pip. W 25 streams in a row. He says, let's fucking go, boys. 2 words, consistent. Let's go, Pip.
Sure.
Attaboy. Yeah, what else from yesterday besides the Sharp Report recap here? Duke ended up covering, I believe. Like they won by 15 points, right?
They did. They mocked.
The Mount covered. They almost won that game.
They did. It's kind of disappointing. You weren't on the boys.
Yeah. Thought about fading them. Thank goodness I didn't. They were down like 6 at halftime. They lost by 15, I believe, and covered.
Yeah.
Jets fire sale. Sure. Everybody but Brees Hall, huh? Interesting.
Yeah, I don't get that. If you're
I don't
just
know
going
why
to
you
shell it
wouldn't go
out,
all in at that point, right? And trade him for a fourth, but whatever.
Sure, the price tag was not as high from what at least we know than I thought it was by being the fact
Apparently
you're
the
keeping
Chiefs were making some calls. They were interested, but guess they'll just roll with Kareem Hunt, their favorite running back of all time.
I guess so.
Hawaii late night. Yeah, did Hawaii end up winning that game or?
They lost at the buzzer.
Goodness gracious. It was always Hawaii. UT Monroe, Tennessee Monroe, they beat UNLV outright. Jeez.
Martin.
UT Martin, excuse me.
Yeah.
UT Martin. And I think UNLV just hired the old Pitt coach, the guy who wore that crazy face mask.
GT, yeah. Josh Pastner.
Josh Pastner, yeah. So terrible debut for Joshy there, but okay.
Yeah, really bad. Really bad. All good though.
The Miami of Ohio Bowl, the Ohio Bowl, just in general, was a pretty crazy game late. Started out so slow, and it was a pretty good second half, I would say. Good game.
Great game.
Good game. What else? Anything on the ice worth our time from yesterday, or
not too much going on? I would say some decent games, a lot of OT games.
Stars in a shootout.
Stars game. Yeah, Stars wanted a shootout. Bolts lost late, which was rad shit. We did have the Red Wings and Rangers get shut out, and they both play their next game against each other Friday. So I'm excited for that. First one of the year.
Mark that puppy down.
Yeah, that's marked on the cal already. So it'd be great. Great to have that early and often.
All right. Fitzy said, how about that Minnesota Wild run? Ooh, yeah. They won an OT as well.
Yeah, they did.
All right,
Don't know how. They almost choked. Stamkos tied the game in regulation with like a tenth of a second left or whatever it was, and then they ended up winning an OT. Got it.
Unbelievable. Goots got 8 Lamar jerseys packed. How many more should I bring? Goots, we know you're more of a Todd Heap jersey guy. Who else you got? What's the craziest Ravens jersey you have, Goots? There's got to be a crazy one. An OG. Like, do you have an Ed Reed jersey packed up, Goots? Oh, my dog is barking. Sorry.
It's all right. At least you didn't pay 2 racks for that.
Look at this guy, man. Cody, dude, what are you looking at? Golly.
Nah.
Just barks at random stuff. I think he sees ghosts. 3 racks, I bet. Dudes, did we get an answer here? Brashad Perriman. That's not how you spell it, but that's okay. That's a crazy jersey to own.
Absurd jersey.
Crazy jersey.
Bucks legend. Absolute Bucks legend.
What's the dog's POD? Dog is probably on the Trailblazers. Just like me and Jovan. You guys already know we're going to be on them. Come on, man.
Yep.
That's the dog of the day right there. We'll talk about it.
DJ Fitz come through with 5 gifted.
Ooh. Fitz has 5 on it? Let's go, Fitzy.
5 on it.
There we go, Fitzy. What do you think about this subbies, Cody? All right, he doesn't give a fuck. He's out of here.
He ain't fucking with Fitz, man.
He's not a Fitz guy. He was talking to me earlier about it. He said, I'm not a big Fitz guy. I was surprised.
It's messed up.
I was surprised. All right, Goots, safe travels as well. I don't think you're leaving until tomorrow, but can we all wish Gootsy a safe travels down there to Texas? I think he's driving down there, so that's an absolute journey that Goots is about to go on. I think he's stopping in Nashville for a night or something. Maybe have time to go grab a beer out in Nashville. You know, Goots is a big Nashville guy, right?
Who's Goots fooling going to Nashville, man?
That's a Super Bowl for him. Okay, he loves that place. He runs that place. Baltimore is his main home, but he's got a vacation home down there in Nashville. He runs that place. Big country music guy. Goots, safe travels. 20 hours ahead. Yep. Safe travels, Goots. Please drive safe. Drive safe. All right. W Goots. But yeah, we're running Gootsless today. Just me and Jovan. Old school while Goots, gets ready to travel down there. So, Goots, appreciate you, Beast. Much deserved. Little ravcation there, and safe travels. Safe travels. Okay.
We're swirling. It might have to be renamed Trentcation.
Wow.
Because Trent's putting up worse numbers than Rav right now. I'll say it.
I mean, that's a given.
I'll say
that's a given. Right. We got DJ Fitz 25 stream streak. I knew Fitz is a BTL guy. Come on now.
Let's go, Fitz.
Come on now. There we go, Fitzy. And LMNG get involved. 25 stream streak. Okay. Anybody in Nashville ever been to Peg Leg Porker? That's probably my favorite barbecue spot, maybe on the planet.
Peg Leg
in Nashville. Peg Leg Porker. Yeah, the logo is a pig with a peg leg. Yep.
Nah.
Yep. Really good barbecue spot. Really good ribs. Really good ribs. Anybody in the chat ever been to Peg Leg Porker? Good spot. Martin's Clears. I've heard good things about Martin's Calbee, but never been. Never been. All right. Should we dive into today's winners? We got a lot to go over today, Jovan. We got college football, NBA, NHL, the whole 9 yards. A couple college basketball games as well. We got a lot going on. Okay. All right. Let's hop in. Let's talk about some winners for today. W Sharp Report. WJ Kerpan getting involved, resubbing as well. 24 months. Let's go, Jay Kerpan.
Let's go, good.
Babe. Not a babe. Damn, I need to try Martin's Calbee. Noted. All right. Let's keep moving and grooving here. Let's get the party started. And what better way to start it than a college football under in the MAC? MACs and unders. You got to be careful with these, Jovan. You can't be taking these every time. You can only pull these out in emergency scenarios. And today's one of them. Total in this game is weirdly low for a MAC game. Is it not? 42.5. You don't see that very often unless Miami of Ohio is playing, right? Weirdly low total. I think this is going to be a defensive slugfest. You got Toledo that probably has the most talented team in the MAC. And that includes offense as well, but they haven't been showing it. Tucker Gleason looks like shit. I think there's a reason why he transferred to Toledo and from a real school. I mean, we're kind of seeing that right now. Their offense does not look great. They're coming off a loss to Washington State on the road where they were favorites. Weird line there, giving them some respect, and they did not come through. So they've lost 3 of their last 5 games. Their offense does not look great. They scored 7 points in that last game. I'm at the point where I just don't think Tucker Gleason and Co are that good. But Toledo's defense can show up and show out, especially against the Huskies compared to Washington. If they could hold Washington to 28 points, Washington State, they can probably hold NIU and the Huskies, whose offense is abysmal and probably the worst one in the conference, to 14 or less points. So I think Toledo's defense shows up in this game. I'm not seeing a lot of heart from the Huskies at this point. We know Coach Hammock never gives up, but they're coming off a big-time game, big-time win, where they won by 2 touchdowns in their last game. Can we expect that 2 games in a row? Probably not from the Huskies. I'm not expecting to score, like I said, more than 2 touchdowns in this game. So don't give me the under. The total did drop from 43.5 to 42.5 overnight. So I'll lock in this sharp-looking under. There's a reason why a MAC total's as low as it is in this one. It's going to be a snooze fest, and Toledo probably wins like 24-10 in this game.
Sure. Wouldn't that be something?
Okay. Adam's got Whalers 25 stream streak. Sure he can. I'm Will Ferrell through the quad to the gymnasium. Okay. W Adam's got picks. Appreciate you, Beast. W 25 stream streak. Mahoney likes his card. Says it's a 3-0 card. I concur. I agree. We'll talk about those plays. You like that card?
Like that card.
Good. All right, let's see your card. Let's take a peek. See how you're doing overall. Take us to the association.
A lot of Texas.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pels. Crazy comeback last night, Krabs.
Thank God.
They came through. No Zion, no LaMelo. What a god-awful game that was. But now they go to face the Mavs. And I think their little magic from finally getting their win is over. And I especially think the Mavs not only need it, but like this is a great situation for them because the Mavs themselves have been super shorthanded, and defensively they've been really bad too, especially at the rim because they're missing one of the best rim protectors in all of the NBA right now. But now you get a team. The Pelicans came back and won that game because they shot damn near 50% from 3. A lot of that was Trey Murphy, and even Herb Jones had a couple threes, which was irregular from him. He was like 3 for 4 or whatever it was, but they shot really well from deep in the second half. That's the reason they came back. That's kind of what they need to win right now. And realistically, that's not how you beat this Mavs team the way it's currently constructed with their injuries, you kind of got to drill them at the rim, which not only are they a little shorthanded with, I mean, God forbid if they had Zion right now, I'd be scared as shit of this, but they don't. That's really the only guy that's consistently challenging defenses at the rim. So I'll pay to find out. I think this one has a chance to get real ugly in Dallas tonight.
Okay. Is that Rowdy's Tarleton State I see down there?
That is Rowdy's Tarleton State.
Cannot wait to hear that sell job because I agree with you. I think that spread looks a little bit short. Let's swing it around. W laying the points with the Mavs. A little Dallas vibe from you today. We'll circle back to Tarleton and Rowdy's squad. I hope he's in the chat. Yeah, drop those Tarleton's chat. W freeze. All right. Can I take you to the ice, please? Very crabby here, Jovan. Fading the cap. Fading the caps. Caps look like shit, man. The last week and a half. I don't know if you've noticed, but lost 4 games in a row after a really hot start, and they're looking like a shell themselves right now. And hey, don't let the Blues get hot. It might be too late. They're coming off a big-time win. First win in like 2 weeks. And the Blues probably have some momentum right now. They're feeling pretty good. They finally got off the schneid, as some might call it. And the Caps right now are looking like a shell themselves. They just lost to Buffalo on the road. They come back home to Cap 1. This is a TNT game. It's on prime time. A lot of pressure here for the Caps to get, to bounce back. And then their little 4-game losing streak here. But I was surprised to see the Blues catching steam. Jovan, how often do you see underdogs catch steam at Cap One Arena, man? Typically, the Caps get some line respect. Do they not? At home?
Typically do, yeah.
Thought that was kind of weird. So I do like goals in this game. I low-key like the over. But I was thinking to myself, if the over hits in this game, I think there's a chance the Blues can come through and they're plus 125. So it's almost like the same bet. If the over hits, I do think the Blues end up coming out on top. If the under hits, I think it's more of a Caps-type game script. But give me the Blues. There's also a crazy goals allowed square we'll talk about here in a moment once we get to it in that game. So W correlation there. We'll circle back and talk about the game in Cap 1 tonight here in a little bit.
Sure.
Okay.
Hating your Caps with the Blues, man.
Hey, the Blues are hot. What can I say? And the Caps are not. They've lost 4 in a row. Okay.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all.
W Hype Train chats. Appreciate the follows coming in. Appreciate these stream streaks. Let us know if you guys have a stream streak so we can shout you out. And Jovan, let us know why Tarleton is covering this game tonight.
Yeah, I like Tarleton. I think this game is going to be pretty interesting, especially because I do love betting on the teams, especially if you're a mid-major team and you've already played one game against a, I guess, call it high major team in a pretty similar spot, and you get a second crack at it against the team who's playing their first actual game. Like, situationally, good spot, but also the fact that I'm not really sure. Same as we were talking about, like with South Carolina yesterday, which, God, that was a tale of two halves, kind of. They were chucking up a bunch, and they were the best three-point shooting team of all time. Then eventually those wearing out in the second half, and they had to figure out how to score at the rim, and it wasn't enough to cover the number. Same like this LSU team, like that's kind of a whole new roster, especially in the backcourt. So I'm worried about what they're going to look like today, and especially because Tarleton, you're kind of used to them being this slower slugfest team, and one game really doesn't make them otherwise, but they're a lot more willing to run right now because their backcourt is not as good defensively as they've had in some past years, like especially with like Dior Johnson coming off the bench, who he's probably going to be their leading scorer, and I wonder how long it's going to take for him to enter the starting lineup, but separate discussion. Their guards want to run. Their guards want to attack the rim. Their guards want to go to the free throw line, which for an LSU team that doesn't really have great point of attack defenders or even like just a true rim stopper other than, I guess, Jalen Reed, who's like the closest thing to have to that. I think that's a problem. So I think Tarleton, not only they've had a game under their foot right now or under the belt right now, kind of got their footing as finding something offensively. The defense was bad. I don't know that LSU is going to be able to really exploit them. So I feel like this game could get closer than 17 points, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's really, really weird come the end of the game.
Okay. I think they opened up around 18.5 and they're down to 16.5. So certainly looks sharp. We'll see if they come through. There's been a lot of dogs, big dogs, who've taken some games to OT, kept some games really close against big name schools. Let's hope this is one of those as well. Okay.
Would be goated.
Would be goated. I agree. All right, swing it around for me, will you? I got one more straight bet here for the peeps, and I'm sure we can both hop in on this one because you're on it as well. Man, I mean, this team's been our squad ride in the NBA this season. I feel like we've taken them 4 times already. So it's been good vibes for the Trailblazers so far this season. Jovan, let's hope that continues tonight, and cannot ignore the spread, right? Down from, I think, 5.5 to 3.5 I'm seeing now. 4.5 consensus, I'd say, is where the line's at right now. But did see some 3.5s right before the show. Portland, barely over 500 right now. They got no coach. OKC, undefeated, but on a back-to-back, and we know that matters in the association. Looks like a stinky line. Even Trent was able to point it out on the feed earlier. I think I saw him tweeting about it, saying, what the heck is this line? Yeah, it certainly looks a little bit short, and I think Portland is the perfect team to pull off the upset tonight and catch the Thunder sleeping. After all the Sharps got burned last night, who wants to run it back? Probably not many people. We'll do it, and we'll get our coins back from fading OKC last night. Like Portland, catching steam here, coming off a loss as well. It's not like they're on a 4-game win streak, but they are playing better basketball than they were before Chauncey Billups was fired, which was honestly kind of weird. But maybe that kicked this team in the butt a little bit, helped them lock in, and they've won 3 of their last 4 games. So rolling with the Trailblazers here at home, getting a couple points.
Yeah, the Blazers are definitely one of the couple teams you do not want to play with a rest disadvantage because they're deep and sneaky. They're one of the best defenses in the NBA. So if there's anybody that can hang with them or take advantage or even have the slight edge on the Thunder tonight, it's definitely them. It's probably why the line looks like it does.
Yeah. Yep. Chad thinks it's fake sharp. Gives me more life. Makes me feel better about the play.
The more fake sharp you hear about a play, the easier it is.
Yep.
They ain't fucking winning. Blazer winning.
Okay. What about the Blackhawks on the ML?
Yeah, Blackhawks. Really cool game tonight. The Canucks have been shorthanded for a little bit now, especially defensively, and now they get to play a Blackhawks team that's been kind of reeling a little bit for the last couple of games. Offensively, they haven't looked nearly as good, but now not only do you get a Connor Bedard homecoming game, which is a square narrative that I'm certainly into backing. I think he's going to go and show out in his hometown of Vancouver, but you also get 2 interesting matchups between their special teams. The Canucks, partially because they've been super shorthanded. The penalty kill has been awful, which is very irregular for a Canucks team. And what isn't irregular is the Blackhawks power play being dog meat. Shout out Sade for getting involved with 5 gifted.
Let's go, Sade, at a boy.
Let's go.
W Sade.
And we got 2 Rex. But the Blackhawks power play has been absolutely god-awful. What perfect time or what better of a time to get ready when you got Bedard going home to Vancouver. And also, like, it's not like their power play has been awful for a lack of chances, which all season it has been. But as of late, they've been just coming up with nothing. They've been ripping the puck on net. But the Canucks, like I said, the penalty kill has been god-awful because they're super short-handed. They're missing a bunch of defensemen right now. So this is the perfect time, I think, for them to get going. I think the offense is going to show up. I think this is going to be an overall great performance for them because they need it badly right now with the way that their offense has been playing the last couple of games. And again, what better of a situation than against a bad, I guess, and undermanned defense and penalty kill right now when you got Bedard fired up going to his hometown. I'll gladly take the plus check.
Certainly a narrative I can buy into. I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in. Well, plus chicken on the ice. We got a couple plus chicken plays on the ice for today. I like it.
We do.
I like it. All right. Let's talk about some prize pick squares. Can we please cash a sharp report for men today, please? Gambling gods, prize picks gods. Can you help us out? Well, I got a more than on the card, which is horrendous vibes for me. But you know what? You got to mix in a couple more thans every once in a while. Okay, you can't just all be less thans. And here's one that I like. Unfortunately, it is fading my caps. Fading Logan Thompson, taking his more than 2.5 goals allowed in this game. The chart has a lot to do with it. Completely red. Has not given up more than 2 goals this entire season. But tonight, with that total moving up from 5.5 to 6, do like the over in the game. And like I talked about earlier, I do like the Blues. I think do put 3 in the net against Logan Thompson and shit, maybe even more. To be honest with you, I think this one could potentially get ugly as St. Louis rides that momentum coming in from their last big-time win. They finally get off the schneid. They beat Edmonton as well. That's no slouch of a win. It's a big-time game. And the Caps, whose defense has taken a step back, they've been really slow the last week and a half. I don't see that working out in their favor for this game, and Logan Thompson is certainly due for a stinker. So I think he gives up 3+ goals in this game on the ice tonight on TNT.
There we go. Shout out fading your goat.
Yep. And then I could already see Russell Westbrook bricking 4 or 5 threes in this game. The threes volume has been up for him. I feel like this season he's taken, 5 or 6 threes a game on average. I guess a little bit less on average, but recently he's been jacking threes. And he's coming off a big-time game against the Nuggets, one of his 10 former teams, where he actually went off in about 40 minutes of play. He had 26 points, 3 for 6 from 3, 12 rebounds, 6 assists. He had a vintage Russ game. Well, tonight he's playing against a team that one of the rare ones he actually did not play for, and I think he takes a night off. I think that certainly correlates here with a potential Russ stinker. This one doesn't mean much to him, and I do like the under in this game. So I'm not seeing Russ, his threes chart is very, very green, to be honest with you. He's been splooging threes of late. I think he's pretty cold from deep, and I think his shot volume is going to be a little bit lower than where it's been at the last week and a half. And right now, Jovan on pace for the best three-point percentage of his career, almost 40%, 39.5%. We know how Russ is from behind the three-point arc. He's not typically that sharp. He certainly did regress. So I think it's a perfect time to fade Russ in the game I like the under in. I'll take his less than 1.5 three-pointers made.
Sure. Just wondering how you landed on that square.
Yep.
Incredibly random.
Can see it now. Russ breaking a bunch of threes and then probably grabbing Pine in this one.
Yeah, probably. I'm in on that.
Okay. What are you cooking up over there in Prize Picks?
Shout out the Wizards. Justin Champagny is hitting his first 3 of the season today.
Wow.
Probably why the squares up. Would be goated. And honestly, This one's probably, I won't say completely game script neutral, but slightly. He's going to be starting tonight, I would believe, because Chris Middleton is, I think, going to be out for a handful of games now, but he's probably going to slot in at the 3 or the 4, depending on where they put him with Keyshawn George. But they get to play the Celtics. We've talked about this 75,000 times. The Celtics want to play their game where it's just our three-point shooting, it's your three-point shooting. So all the catch and shoot guys get a pretty big boost from that. And Justin Champagny is going to be in the lineup today, which will be great. And he's going to be on the move plenty. And after the way the Celtics shot, I guess, last game, it's more of like I think this game is going to have a lot of points, even if it doesn't get ugly and the Wizards somehow keep their foot in this game, which I think is definitely a possibility. But the Celtics are going to see some positive shooting regression. I think the Wizards, who also shot, they were on like a 2 for 22 streak in like the second and third quarter after they started hot against the Knicks. Probably going to see an uptick in that. And I think a lot of the lower usage guys are going to get a big boost tonight. One of them being Justin Champagny, who has to square up for probably this exact reason. And then Frank Nazar, he is sneaky, like what makes the power play go. He's kind of in the center of the ice. Like I think this will probably come on the power play. Rather than could be 5v5 on that second line with Bertuzzi, but sneaky, like anytime you see the Blackhawks power play step up, like sure, Bedard's always involved, but it's always Frank Nazar, which I think he's perfect because against the Canucks have been super like over aggressive on the penalty kill, which means that the middle of the ice has just been wide open for a lot of these teams, which is exactly where Nazar stands. And regardless of whether he's finishing or passing it off to Bedard, I think he's going to be the center point of whatever offensive, I guess, boost is given today for the Blackhawks, because I think they're scoring some goals, whether it's in special teams or 5v5. Frank's going to be involved in whatever it is.
Okay. Frank Nazar goes perfectly with your Blackhawks play, and then back in the Wizards once again. Are we taking him on the spread tonight too, or just taking the square?
Pretty scarred, but you know they're going to cover tonight.
Probably. Back in my day, the Wizards used to hang in there with the Celtics, even when they were bad. They'd cover, they'd show heart, they want to play up to competition. But
only reason I don't really want to do it is because of how, I was watching the Celtics entire game for SVE purposes against the Jazz that they lost outright. So there's that combined with the fact that it was like the most lifeless shooting performance I've ever seen. They were like 10 for 50. Watching the crowd every time they put up a 3 for the last half of that game was just so funny. It was awful.
Yeah, they're coming off a loss as 10.5-point favorites. Probably not the time to fade them. The Wizards are also just absolutely atrocious, probably the worst team in the league. So they look worse and worse every game. Maybe not the right time to back them on the spread, but we'll take the square. And honestly, if it's a blowout, that's probably good for that Champagny 3 square, right? If you're down big, you want more garbage time for him.
Yeah, he's starting, or probably going to be starting. So I don't know. His leash is probably longer than a normal starter, but not full blowout minutes either. Somewhere in between.
Yeah, I guess he is projected to start, but how much does that really mean? I guess we'll find out. Okay.
Yeah, we'll see.
He's been so bad. Oh, so bad.
He said he hasn't really been playing all that much because Didn't need to, but now he does.
Yep. Yeah, he played 17 minutes on Monday.
Yeah, that was the
crazy.
first Middleton-less game.
Yep.
So that was the first taste of it.
Yep. All right. Awesome. Well, let's cash a sharp report four-man today. We are long overdue to cash a 10x lineup there. So excited to sweat that puppy out tonight. Jacob Kern, are you telling me the survivor pool is not updated yet? If that's true, let me text the guy and make sure we're on the right page there. Got to get that refreshed for you guys before Thursday Night Football. Say the Logan Thompson square was his more than 2.5 goals allowed. Okay. That's what we're taking. Jovan, you want to take us to, are we able to look at some Pickett splits? You want to look at some games, some college basketball games maybe? I know we didn't talk about that too much. Maybe we can go through the board and just look at some games for college basketball or talk through some of those puppies.
Yeah, we can talk through some CBB.
Okay. Me text this engineer, make sure that he's updating the survivor pool. Okay. Yeah, some decent college basketball games today. Nothing great like the last two nights, but University of Maryland Eastern Shore plays tonight. Shore. People forget that with the OT in their first game. They played Georgia tonight. Real Nicky Gambles, the Mountain showed a ton of heart last night. Yeah, sure. And yeah, we will run the sharp report across the bottom here in a second. Once we get up and running, we'll do that for you guys here in a minute. Okay.
I can build that up. What we're talking about.
Yep. Yeah, there's some interesting spots I want to talk about in college basketball today. Some interesting spots. Okay. All right, let me text this guy. All right. Perfect. What do you want to pull up to show the peeps here for the games?
I don't know that we have anything to pull up, do we?
Okay. Let me get this up and moving. Let's see.
Let's talk some CBB.
I'll take command.
Yeah, you can take command on that. Put in the sharp port on the bottom.
Cool. All right, chat. Oh, there's games going on right now. I wish there's a lineup for this one. What school do you guys think that is? Millie.
Millie.
No. Against Middle Tennessee State. A lot of teams that you guys have not heard of playing these days to get it moving and grooving. All right. Well, we could talk about some of the better games here. Like Rider and Rutgers is probably the first game that's two teams you guys have at least heard of. I like Rider in this spot. I don't think I'm going to bet it, but the totals come down 6 points as well, which I thought was a little bit weird. So I like Rider to keep this game close within 20 points. Spread is down to 18.5, though, so they need to keep it a little bit closer. I like them against Rutgers. Rutgers lost their two studs to the NBA last year, and I'm not liking the talent on this squad. They just finally put up a couple prize pick squares for that game as well. For Dylan Grant and JaMychal Davis. Those guys are up there, and those are supposed to be their next shiny new toys up there at Rutgers. But I'm not a big fan of Dylan Grant, and I kind of like Ryder, a scrappy MAC squad, to keep this one close and within the number. That's probably what I would take in this first game of the day today. W Freeze getting it in at 142.5, the under. It's now dropped a ton to 139.5. I certainly would lean the under in that game as well.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I like Ryder to keep that one close. Okay. Feels like we have one of those Rutgers games damn near every year at this point. This might be the one.
Yeah. You're not wrong. We got Coppin State and LaSalle. That might be an absolute blowout. Coppin State is
horrid game.
Coppin State's atrocious. I would lay it with LaSalle here. The Explorers versus the Eagles. This might be game of the night, Jovan. Careful.
If this is game of the night, then we have a horse meat slate.
I mean, the CVB slate is not great, bro. It's not great. I would lean LaSalle here, though. The Explorers at home. Coppin State is one of those teams that is actually that bad. So I certainly don't like betting on them. Make a habit out of fading them, to be honest with you. Let's see what else we got. I lean Delaware State against Temple. That one's probably not really worth looking at. Creighton, South Dakota. I like points in that game. The total is crazy high in that game, and Creighton should get theirs. But I wouldn't be surprised if South Dakota goes out there and scores, 70, 75 points potentially here. That's a team that likes to run pretty quick, and would not be shocked to see that game go over. They just scored 79 points, gave up 81 points in their first game of the season against Utah Tech. Imagine how many points Creighton's going to score against them tonight. It's probably going to get pretty ugly, and I think Creighton drops a big old number on their head as well. I lean the over. I lean points. Okay.
Yeah.
Ronicky Gamble said, did not see all sharp reports today, but hope we're fading North Alabama after their legacy season last year. Most casuals won't know they lost almost everyone from that team. Yeah, we can certainly talk about that game. We'll get to it here in a moment, but Mississippi State, I don't know if that's a team I want to buy into too much either. They got some prize pick scores up in that game that make me a little scared for guys like Josh Hubbard, who are probably only going to play a half in that game tonight. So Devine Baker, yep, we just talked about Creighton. We like the over. We like points in that game. That one is probably going to, honestly, all jokes aside, that'll probably be game of the day tonight just because of all the points. And that one's on Peacock. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Southern and Marquette. I low-key lean Southern. Here. I thought that spread was a little tight, 22.5 at the opener. Two teams who've already played a game so far this season, so it could be some tired legs for Marquette here at home. Certainly a letdown spot here for Marquette. And this game means more for a Southern squad that's out there trying to prove themselves, get some good minutes out there against a team they know they're going to lose against. But Southern is a pretty physical squad, but I think they can hang with Marquette at least a little bit and keep it within the 25 points on the spread.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
You got Jay Gucci coming in here with his subber. You're him. Gifted one to Tommy.
There we go. Appreciate you, Jay Gucci. You're good. We will look at all these games. Don't worry, guys. Any game that is worth our time, we will take a peep at and give you guys a lean that we like. I like USC Upstate as well against Fresno. No preview here, but looks like USC Upstate they're getting like 9.5 points against Fresno. A much more big name opponent there. And I kind of lean the Spartans, USC Upstate here, a team that not sure if they found a conference yet. I know the last couple of years they were just bouncing around playing random squads. But they've got some guys in that team, and I certainly would not mind taking them. They just put up a pretty good fight against Cal Baptist and covered that number, kept that game within 12 points. I think they keep this game within single digits against Fresno. This is one of those weird-looking spreads that I want to get involved in.
I can tip cap to that.
You're telling me Upstate shouldn't be getting more than 9.5 points, Jovan?
Probably should. Yeah.
Probably should against Fresno.
Short.
Come on. Okay, North Dakota State, UC Davis. This might be game of the night, all jokes aside. 2.5 point spread. The Bison have already lost. They're 0-1. They lost a big game against Oregon State to start out their season. They lost by 2. They covered. They showed heart in a low-scoring affair, but they could not get that win, and they were plus 9.5 dogs in that game, so they covered with ease. You look at UC Davis, a team that we've certainly bet on BTL in recent years. They have not played yet this season, I don't think. If they have, it was against a non-D1 opponent. They're laying 2.5 points here against North Dakota. I kind of like UC Davis in this game.
I like them. Probably not enough to play. I just wonder they have so many new pieces as far as scoring. So, for the past 5 years, they've had a real go-to guy. That is the whole reason their team moved. I don't know if they've figured out exactly who that's going to be yet, but that's a big, big void to fill. It's I don't want to go anywhere near taking North Dakota State after that last game, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little concerned.
Okay. All right. North Alabama, Mississippi State. Do you have any thoughts on this game? The chat was asking about it and thinking about maybe selling high on North Alabama and laying it with Mississippi State, but I thought the initial spread was a little bit short with this game being played in Starkville. I thought Mississippi State would be laying 25, maybe 30 points against an opponent like this. So the number certainly scared me off of laying the favor. That's for sure.
Yeah, a little bit, especially because Mississippi State's one of those teams that I mean, they're very privy to stinkers early on, especially against teams that want to play a little slower. Northern Alabama, when they play like the bigger, better teams in non-conference and even like in conference, some of them, they really try to slow it down at times. But when they play super fast teams, they'll speed them up. So there's no knowing what tempo you're going to get from the team. So I'm kind of in on fading Northern Alabama for the entirety of the non-conference season, or most of it at least. But this one might scare me a little bit. The first couple of games might scare me a bit.
Okay. All right. You like anything in this late night game, Eastern Washington, Loyola Marymount?
Yeah, I was looking at some combination of Loyola Marymount and the under. Both of those teams, I think, very irrepresentative of what you're going to get offensively from them, because LMU's only had like a non-D1 scrimmage. Eastern Washington, higher scoring game, I guess, than people thought. They hung 74, I think it was, on the road at UCLA and almost won the game. So they're another one of those teams that's probably a fade candidate coming off of that game. But if that's going to be the case, probably going to be with a little bit of defense, like a classic slow slugfest LMU type game.
Okay. I could see it. They're not typically lighting up the scoreboard. That's for sure. And the total in this game is dropping a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'd probably take the under in that game. Standalone 10:30 p.m. game tonight. I'd probably lean the under. All right.
Yeah, it could be not.
W's. We've got a Mac Sharp in here. Jonathan Hobbs in the YouTube. Krabs at my Ball State local. We are losing tonight, he says. Ooh. Did not talk about that game. Kent State versus Ball State. Kent State laying 3 points at home. That one could be the vintage Mac game for the night tonight. That one could be weirdly high scoring and could have some fluke shit, certainly. Right?
Yeah, I could.
I could so see that.
I don't know if it's good for, like, you could argue it's good both ways, whether they're in a blowout script or I guess they're just slinging the rock all over the defense. But the Kent State squares have all gone up tremendously. Like an absurd amount, more than you see any other midweek game move. Like their quarterback's damn near up 50 yards. All the wide receivers are up fat. Everything is taking a huge move. So I don't know why exactly that is. Maybe it's because their offense shows a pulse today, but there's something very weird going on with this game.
I could show you guys the Prize Picks board here too. I logged into Goots' account because I'm here in Maryland. I can't see the board, but it lets me see his. I can show you guys the board here. That's my guy Tucker Gleason. Some interesting squares in that game too. But you're talking about the Shields. Look at that passing yard square.
Yeah, and that was in like the 140s when they first dropped the squares, which makes sense given the numbers he's put up now. But the 50-yard jump is interesting.
Yep. Let me clarify this for the chat since we think we're comedians. Meraki, this is the square that Jovan has on the Sharp reports. It is a normal square. It is minus 110-ish both ways on the books.
Yep. Right. Reading is hard. That's a different champagne.
All right. Cool. Reading is hard sometimes.
Reading's very hard.
Yeah. Easy Puck says, let's talk about Kent State's season-long team total. I'm assuming you're talking about win total being 1.5, and now people want to take them to win on the road. Ooh, that's crazy. You've already doubled up their win total for the season, Easy Puck. Oof. Yeah, I mean, this is a stay-away spot for me. They're coming off a win in their last game as well. I'm not trying to get too involved there. Let's see if they put up any new squares in the goals allowed category here.
It's just what you refresh all day.
Pretty much. They put up a Bennington square, but it's a gob.
It's gob. I mean, yeah, he's been
so
terrible until that Oilers game.
So bad. Okay. What's popping in the NBA today? Probably Randall in a revenge game. Yep.
There he is.
Is Cat even playing in this game?
I believe so.
I heard he was like a game time decision. Let's see. Trying to get an update on that.
He's got all lines
falls
up.
Ill. He's iffy.
Iffy.
He's ill.
I bet.
Unbelievable.
I think that's the wrong revenge game for that game anyway.
Yeah? Who you want to take, DiVincenzo?
Yeah. Much rather take DiVincenzo. Knicks have been like one of the worst catch and shoot teams in the league.
Well, his chart's green as well, so.
I know, it's not like a sharp one. It's more of a basketball brand one.
Yeah.
But
any weird college football squares up? They got a couple pick squares I was looking at. Yeah, nothing special here.
Nothing crazy except the ones.
I certainly like seeing stuff like this in the game. I had the under in that. Holston's passing touchdown square doesn't look like an easy more than a click. That's probably a good sign.
I'll say those 0.5s though, Krabs. Those 0.5 touchdown squares, they're green probably 85% of the time. Well, shit's unreal.
I need to start tracking those.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
I forget the last one was up there. It might have been Chase Jenkins against Memphis. I think it was, but he threw one in like the first half or first quarter, damn near.
Okay. Do they have any new squares up for CBB? No, but like, see, they have a Hubbard square, and I don't think he's going to play a ton tonight. But like, does he score 20 points in the first half? He certainly could against North Alabama. So I'm not going to get cute and look to fade him, but I certainly like, a less than on the square. Lean that way.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd fade him.
Okay.
I don't know.
Josh Dix on Creighton against South Dakota. That game's going to have 1 million points. That's probably a square more than I wouldn't mind clicking. But again, he could grab Pine after they go up by 30 in that game. Okay. Pip said, fellas, might have to back North Dakota State, 26th best offense last year. And I think they make this game close/win outright. Yeah, I mean, the spread would probably say so, but I think I'm a UC Davis guy tonight. I think that's the way I lean in that game. Okay. What else, chat? What other categories we want to look at here? I wish there were some more college basketball squares up. There's just not.
Yeah, no, they're super slow to put them up. They put up a bunch yesterday, like right before the games. And there are a couple pretty good squares, but I guess on today of all days, we gotta wait for the couple we get. Just miss.
Like, I'd love to fade this Randall square, but I'm worried that if Cat ends up not playing because he's sick, Randall's going to turn into the biggest me guy of all time.
He's a pretty big me guy anyway.
Yep.
It's probably not the guy to fade.
Yep. What about Derek White after he burned us the other night? You think he gets up and moving today? Whoa.
I mean, he's burned everybody every single time.
He's got a good matchup against the Whiz Kids tonight to get some wide open threes. That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, after, again, I don't know the final count of that game, but they were all horrendous. I kind of looked that up, so I have the exact number, but would not be down or would not mind getting involved with somebody from the Celtics that's going to light it up from deep.
It's probably Derek White, man.
They finished 11 of 51.
Jesus.
In that game. Just hilarious. Derek White was 3 of 8. Jaylen Brown was 0 for 9. Sam Hauser 1 for 8. Anthony Simons 2 for 8.
It's shocking.
Shocking, dude.
Well, if there's one thing I've learned about the Wizards this season, watching some horrendous basketball games that they're involved in, they can't cover a parked car behind the three. I mean, it's like watching an NBA team play a high school team against that Wizards defense that they just can't figure it out. They cannot guard the perimeter whatsoever. It's pretty sad.
Yeah. See, the only problem is their defense at the rim is even worse.
Yeah.
It's kind of just pick your poison, which I don't know if the Celtics are just going to feed Keita and Minot like 55 times and they're going to be Cat, but they could if they choose to.
You know what square I actually like in that game?
What is that? Going to the dunks category?
Alex Sarr, less than 1.5 dunks allowed.
How do you get there?
Here's what I got there. The Celtics have been bitching around the Wizards the last couple of years. They've been playing them. Sar, like you said, he's not the biggest presence down low, to say the least. And this Kita guy, right? He's kind of a defensive specialist, this Nemas Kita kid.
Yeah.
I think that Sar's going to have a tough time going up against him or that Minot guy down low. I'm not seeing Sar yamming twice, and he's been yamming pretty much this whole season. Look at the chart.
That's a lesson.
That's a lesson that I like.
Okay.
Juiced Crane, what's up, East? Good to see you. Most confident play today, it's probably the Trailblazers. If I had to guess, I think we're both on that play.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're going to be on that play. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Are there any thoughts on maybe we should do a couple look-ahead lines? Because there's some games I want to ask you about.
I was trying to get Pickett up, but it's like glitching on the site. Not letting me log in. Just missing it.
Okay. Yeah, I would not mind looking at some college football here for a second.
Oh, wait. Might have just worked.
Ooh.
Might have just worked.
That'd be pretty cool. Let me know if you want to take commands. Okay.
I'm low-key cooking. One sec.
Cool. Yeah, I would not mind talking about, some games we like this week, some big games on the calendar as well. And is there an update? I know you're doing a million things right now, but is there a coin toss this week? What's the update on that? Is there any changes or any switch-ups there?
There's a coin toss right after this.
Live or recorded?
Yeah, live.
Okay. Let's go. You hear that, chat? You got a live coin toss right after this. Early coin leans. Sure.
Early coin lanes.
Sure. That's actually huge. Okay. Very cool. Easy Puck Goots is out the rest of the week. He's traveling down to Texas. So he's off today through Friday. Unfortunately, not going to have Goots, but look, you can't have it all, right? You can't have Goots and then get him down to Texas. He needs a couple days to get down there. Okay. Excited to have Goots down in Texas. Rare Gootscation. Yeah, you don't see those very often, Easy Puck.
Yeah, we don't get too many Gootscations.
No.
We let them have those.
No.
Yeah, you can just take them out here. Might be good.
Is it not working for you or what?
No, it's not. Let me share it.
Okay.
I'll get that.
Well, did you fade Boozer yesterday, Krabs? No, I didn't.
It's actually crazy.
Probably should have.
I did have that in the lineup. That was good.
Yep, probably should have, but I thought he was going to dominate. I was told by all the sharps Duke's going to cover with these, and I did not see a world where they do that, where he does not, go out there and have a pretty good performance, but I was wrong. Should have faded a little Boozer. Okay?
Little booze.
Thoughts on Tulane and Memphis, Jovan? That's a pretty good game.
Yeah, you know my thoughts, Krabs. I think it's weird because somebody might know something because Brendan Lewis, I know you saw he got hurt at the end of last game and didn't come back, but so I think the silence would make it seem like he's not playing, except I did some recon and they wouldn't, like Silverfield wouldn't say anything. The coach wouldn't say anything about his availability. They said, we'll see with the doctors. But like 20 minutes after that, the OC slipped up and said Brendan had a great practice and like we're going to get him ready for the game plan. So I think the line's moving back because they might think he ain't playing. I think he's playing. So I might call some cap there.
Well, if he's playing and the line's moving back like this, it makes me like Tulane, that's for sure. But we won't know until kick or until we get a final announcement there. If he's playing and this is what the line's at, I'd say Tulane is the sharp play. Doesn't mean it's going to win, but Tulane coming off a loss, I'd say the spot would be for the Green Wave with Memphis coming off that another dominating win against Rice, right, on Halloween. It'd probably be Tulane with the spot after Tulane got destroyed by UTSA in the last game.
Yeah.
But I mean, have any spots mattered? Have sharp lines mattered at all for Memphis so far this season? Nope. They really have not 90% of the time. So, yeah, maybe this is just another Jovan muckfest. Maybe Memphis goes out there and does job, but I certainly would lean as a non-biased onlooker at this spread and at this game. And this is a big game on Friday night on ESPN. Big for college football playoff implications. I'd probably lean Tulane. Tulane. Okay. Shocker. All right. Let's look at some other games here. Northwestern USC. 14.5 point spread there. Any thoughts? I mean, I thought about maybe playing Northwestern on the spreads. They've been a little bit better than people expected so far this season. Another school that should get better, a program that should get better in the NIL era. But Preston Stone has not been as quail shit as I expected initially. And would not be surprised if Northwestern keeps this one within the number, right?
I wouldn't be shocked, but I don't really love the spot for them either, especially because they just kind of fade USC. And even though they won last week, they didn't look all that great doing it, and probably don't win the game if Raiola doesn't, I forget exactly what happened, snapped his leg or knee or something, but probably don't win that game if he's closing it out. It's like now you get to play a much worse defense. They're coming damn near cross country to come see you on a late Friday night.
Yep.
It's probably one of those games where Preston Stone looks lost.
Okay. All right. Maybe it's the under in that game then. Total down from 51.5 to 50.5.
It's a pretty low total.
Yeah, for a USC Northwestern game, you're probably right.
Yeah.
You're probably right. It's probably that under. Okay. Penn State plus 14.5 against Indiana. I mean, you know what? I'll be betting on that game. It's a spike play.
Yeah.
Spike play after Penn State burned all the sharps last week as well in a game they were covering pretty much the whole time. A game that at one point I thought they would even win. Next thing you know, they're down 30 points. Now they head back home and they're only plus 14.5 against Indiana, who's undefeated. I mean, just killing everybody they're playing, ranked second in the country. It's got to be Penn State here in this spot, down to only a 2-touchdown dog.
Yeah, can tip cap to that.
Right. Georgia, Mississippi State. Georgia laying 8.5 points.
That game is tricky, dude. So I think that's the most, one of the few like apparent sharp-looking lines in the SEC. I just don't know that I'm buying in, dude.
Yeah,
I really don't know that I'm buying in, especially because like Miss State. I want to have confidence when I'm betting against Georgia in any form or fashion that like somebody can throw it down the field on them pretty consistently. Miss State can't really do that.
Well, you know what Miss State can do? They can hand the ball off to Fluff.
They can. That's just, I don't know if that's going to do anything for them
against that Georgia D line.
Yeah, I mean the Georgia front seven is, I don't want to say a normal Georgia front seven. Their whole defense isn't as good, but they're much worse in the secondary than they are in the front seven. It's like if you're going to try and run on them all game, that's not going to go too well for you.
Yeah, good point there from Trice Picks. Georgia has Texas next week. Could be a hair of a look-ahead line here. Look-ahead spot.
Yeah, it's a weird sandwich game coming off of cocktail party and having Texas next week. It's just I'm not so sure that I'm fully bought in.
Okay. I kind of like Mississippi State here. I like seeing Fluff not having a normal half a touchdown square, right? He's probably scoring once. It's a good sign for the spread there for Mississippi State. And I'm a big Fluff guy. This kid was a stud at South Alabama for a year, and he's got the Zeke jersey. He's got like a 10-pack abs going on, and this kid could certainly do some damage against Georgia. It's saying mom and pa's Georgia defense. So they've looked better of late, but I do think this could be a Fluff game, maybe helping Mississippi State keep it within the number, which is not saying much. I mean, they're getting 8.5 points here at home. So I certainly would lean that way on the spread.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tip cap.
BYU and Texas Tech. This is a good one. Sheesh.
Great one.
Jovan, any thoughts on 7th-ranked BYU against 8th-ranked Texas Tech? BYU still undefeated, and they're getting 10 points on the spread.
Yeah, it's belt ass.
Okay.
It's belt ass. It's not even like a BYU's just lucky thing, and now they play a real team, and it's super hyped up. But talking about this with BYU, BYU does not have an offense without super explosive plays. They don't move down the field methodically really whatsoever. Like the run game will take advantage of like shit run defense, but if you look at what they've done in all of these big games, whether it's, Iowa State, you can mention that one, whether it's Utah, you can mention the same thing. It's explosive plays through the air. That's the only thing that moves their offense down the field. It's the only thing that drives points. If you think you're going to rack those up against Texas Tech, then good luck. I'll pay to find out.
Okay. They're probably going to need Bear Bachmeier to throw for more than 200 yards if they have a chance to win this game or cover, and it's not looking like it, looking at its line. So, okay. His rushing yards looks terrible as well if you're a BYU guy. Okay.
Yeah, the rush yards, quarterbacks have been, even running quarterbacks that are not named Avery Johnson have been having a damn tough time against Texas Tech's front seven.
Thoughts on JMU, Marshall? JMU laying 13.5 points. I know you're not a big fan of JMU these days. They're competing with Memphis to make the playoffs. I don't know if you're that tapped in or not, but the Duke should roll in this game against the Marshall team that's been better than I expected so far this season, but I think they're a hair fraudulent. This could be another beatdown for the Dukes, a team that's just firing on all cylinders right now.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. As much as I would like to see them fall somehow, some way, just to make sure there's no doubt between them and the American, it's probably BTO.
Okay.
Speaking of super weird spots, that game right above has been catching my eye for a little bit.
Colorado, Dub V?
Yeah, super strange game, Krabs.
Talk through it. What are you seeing?
Well, Colorado's gotten belted. It's 2 straight games, and West Virginia's coming off of one of the biggest wins they've had in, I guess, other than Pitt in non-con, which means nothing now, but one of the biggest ones they've had in like 2 years. Colorado finally, though, gets like a fit defense that they can move the ball on, which they have had so much trouble doing the last couple of weeks. I think Colorado might go into Morgantown and win.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. West Virginia is terrible. They're coming off a big win. This could be the time to fade them after their big-time upset and back-to-back covers against TCU and Houston. And that win against Houston on the roads when nobody expected it whatsoever. That was probably their Super Bowl.
Putting up 45 points, too.
Against Houston.
I'm a Houston skeptic, or I was before that, like everybody else. But, like,
sure,
I was stunned to see that play out the way it did.
Oh, yeah. So you're taking the plus 6.5 this weekend, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay. One of my favorite numbers to bet in college football. Plus 6.5. All right. You think this Ohio State game gets weird? If I keep fading Ohio State, man, I'll probably do it. I'm getting pretty close to just giving up, though, and respecting their defense because, they just keep covering. They keep winning. They're undefeated. They're 8-0. Their entire defense is going to play on Sundays. They're 7-1 against the spreads. I guess in 2025 in this NIL era in college football, the rich just keep getting richer, right? Ohio State's just absolutely stacked out the wazoo, and it's showing. They're beating the number damn near every week. 7-1 against the spread, Jovan. Are they going to make it 8-1?
Yeah, it's not like they have to be world beaters going up against Purdue in that offense, who still don't have like a certain quarterback plan. They're still using the other quarterback with Ryan Brown in packages. So like that offense stinks, respectfully. I don't know. It's not one of the first offenses I would trust against that Ohio State defense, to say the least. So I think you can feel good about that.
Yeah.
Tip cap and let them move.
Yeah, probably. Ohio State's beaten Purdue 86-7 combined in their last 2 games against them. It hasn't even been close. Holy smokes.
Really bad.
Yep. And Ohio State catching steam on the road there. Might be time to put those fades in timeout. Okay.
Probably.
What else is looking at us funny here? How about a Maryland Rutgers report here? Is Maryland officially on the Jovan top 10 of teams list in college football? They're on there, right?
After this week, they'll be there.
Ooh.
I won't go full talk about it because we'll talk about it on the coin toss, but
yeah,
moved to a favorite. They've been through murderers row the last couple weeks. That win total.
Now they get the worst defense I've ever seen in Rutgers.
Yeah. That went total be green this week.
Okay. That's actually a game I could see going over as well. And, I hate over Scots and everything they stand for. So that's an over game. Right?
Over.
Kaliamanis probably putting up a couple as well himself for Rutgers, and Malik Washington carrying them to a win outright on the road as favorites. Yep, it's probably the only thing you'd ever want to do or go to in Piscataway, New Jersey. You don't want to be going there very often. If you do, maybe it's for the Maryland Rutgers game. It's probably the only reason to go there.
Very few things to go there for.
Yeah, you don't need to. You don't want to be going there very often. You don't want to be going there alone either. Okay.
Yeah.
Strength in numbers. All right. Texas A&M, Mizzou. Ooh, that's a pretty damn good game. Are Joshy and Nick getting one, or is A&M, who's catching steam on the road, up from 5.5 to 6.5? They get a big time road win, or are they staying undefeated?
I just keep staring at this game because, I feel like A&M should be bigger favorites, to be honest with you. With Matt Zoller starting, first game with no Bo Perbula for Missouri, and all the Missouri people will tell you he's the savior, just like pretty much anybody who takes the field from Mizzou. So I'm kind of tuning that out, but I feel like this line to me feels a little bit short. It's also like the fact where, forget who else we talked about this game or talked about this with over the last couple of weeks, but this is the game. Like if Texas A&M wins this game, they're going into Texas undefeated. Can we see that happening?
I think it's certainly a sleepy spot for the Aggies, and I'd like to be on the plus 6.5 here at home for Mizzou, a hungrier team coming off of 2 losses in their last 3.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll probably be on Mizzou in this game.
Yeah.
For better or for worse. Okay. I'm a sucker for a plus 6.5 spread.
Of course.
System play. Hey. And we'll come back to your TCU team and look at that game as well. But let's talk about Vandy Auburn real quick here. We get to fade human garbage can Diego Pavia once again. Coach's fired system. We don't make the rules.
Coach's fired system.
Right? We got to be on War Eagle here.
Yeah.
Plus 6.5. Another one. Speak of the Devils. Right?
Yeah.
Look, it's not the perfect spot to fade Vandy coming off that big loss, but we don't make the rules. You got to bet a coach's fired system every single time, and you're making money the majority of the time. So take the plus 6.5 here for Auburn after they just fired Hugh Freeze and probably just poached James Franklin away from Blacksburg to head down to Auburn. Brutal.
Yeah, good luck for him if he does that.
Brutal. All right. What about TCU, Iowa State? Can we get the report for you on that game? I'm sure you're dialed in.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I'm a little concerned about this game.
Wow.
I'm a little concerned. Which
are you?
Iowa State's been god awful for the last couple weeks. They're super shorthanded. This game's probably an over game. It's going to have no shortage of points. Iowa State bleeds explosive plays, so I can tell you where my coin's going to be this weekend. It's going to be on McAllister. But other than that, I feel like this game might get weird, back and forth, kind of sleepy coming off a bye week after they had a stinker in Morgantown. Oh, but.
Hey, he's red hot right now. Maybe he's right. He's
just taking his team.
Oh, it's hitting. So let's hope it doesn't tonight for our bet's sake, but he's been hitting. Iowa State TCU, the fraud bowl, Matt Goth, you're saying. Whoa, those are fighting words. Matt Goth here.
I don't know how you could say Iowa State is a fraud. They're just bad playing without their 3 of their best 4 players.
Yeah.
It's kind of tough.
It's tough. This could be such an over game. Rocco back versus Josh Hoove. Back and forth.
Yeah. That's like Josh Hoover. It's been a thing since he was the TCU quarterback, and it's been even more pronounced this year. He's like a pitcher. His splits on the road, he is Kyron Jones.
Yep.
At home, he's the greatest quarterback of all time.
Yep. Something to note, something to keep track of for sure. Okay. Will you be watching Stanford and UNC on the CW network this weekend?
Probably not. But if YouTube TV is not back, I might have to.
Yep. people sleep on the CW, man. It's consistent, it's reliable, it's always there for you when you need it. And that's usually where the Hokies games reside. So, all right. W Hokies mentioned, cash it. Washington, Wisconsin. Can we take the Badgers plus 11.5 here at home?
I think I'm good on that, Krabs.
Yeah, I'll bet it for you.
Their offense is just bad.
How did it get this bad, man, for Wisconsin?
I don't know. They need a full reset.
It's like watching a damn high school team, man.
It's worse.
Yep.
It's literally worse.
Okay. What about UVA and Wake Forest? UVA probably wins with ease, right? ML is probably a free play. You should just put 10 units on it.
Yeah, free play. Put it in every parlay. Can't lose. But something's got to give.
This dog hates that UVA ML play, by the way.
Hates it. He's all over Wake.
He says, hold on, wait a minute. It's got to be Wake plus the points, plus 6.5. It's plus 6.5 week. He's being very adamant about it.
Let's just say, unbiased scenario, UVA is coming off a miracle cover on the West Coast. Wake just got racked by FSU by 5 touchdowns in that game. We took FSU. Blind spot would tell you Wake for sure.
All right. Dog POD is Wake Forest. That's pretty clear right now. And I need to bring him inside because, here he comes.
Here he comes.
Stop barking, dudes.
He's just giving a sell job.
All right, Cody, we'll take the points, dude, but quit your yapping. All right. Cal, Louisville. Any thoughts on that game? I really don't have many.
Yeah, no, I got nothing for you. Cal's
really bad. Nothing on your Cal squad?
They're really bad.
They're bad.
Frankly, even though, Louisville's significantly better. Line feels incredibly fat, I will say.
Yeah.
18.5 is crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot of points. It's probably not a great sign for your Cal Bears.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what about LSU and Bam?
Yeah. Has to be done, Krabs.
Taking LSU?
Yeah. Coach's fired system.
Yep.
Especially in a big-ass game like this.
Yep.
That's just when you click the button and tip cap.
Why does it feel like Brian Kelly was fired eons ago?
Because they had a bye week.
Boom. Love that. Give me the points with LSU. Yeah. All right. The game you've all been waiting for. I'm sure Jovan is just going to take Notre Dame here for the memes. This is when we're really missing Juice as well, because we'd certainly love to hear his thoughts on Navy versus Notre Dame. Now, hey, you can't deny it. Certainly a good spot to back Navy after they just lost everything last week. Last week's loss for them is equivalent to just like a house fire. You lose everything. Shit's chalked. You lose all your valuables, your meaningful pictures. That's what happened to Navy last week against North Texas. They lost everything. Everything. College football chances, gone. Playoff chances, gone, right? Conference championship odds are pretty much toast, right? So wouldn't it be something if after that loss, if there's any school to back, to be in the right headspace to be able to bounce back after something like that and their season pretty much ending last week, it's probably the midshipmen, right? But I had this game circled before the season, Jovan, knowing how bad Navy's defense is. Notre Dame's defense doesn't impress me a ton. Their secondary is certainly beatable, in my opinion. I think this could be a square over type of game. And the total's up to 56.5. Pretty high total for a Navy Notre Dame game. I think we can see some points in this one.
I agree. And to be honest with you, my head and heart tells me that Navy might sneak a cover in this game. But you know what my biggest concern is? I knew something was going to be off in that North Texas game. I did not know it was going to be North Texas, who does not want to run the ball. They ran Caleb Hawkins 33 times for 200 yards.
He had an unbelievable game. He was running over guys left and right.
Running over guys. He was untouched, it seemed like, damn near every time through the line. So, if you're going to do that against Jeremiah Love and Jarian Price, good luck staying in the game. But it could be points. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, they only have one Jeremiah Love square up. It's a 1.5 rushing receiving yards goblin.
That's absurd.
Isn't that insane? Have you ever
probably
seen
have
that?
some more squares up pretty soon.
Sure, but would they even do? They wouldn't even give Ashton Jeanty this treatment.
Yeah, it's actually crazy.
This is maybe one of the craziest squares I've ever seen on the app.
His rushing line might legit be like 150.
They might not even put it up because they just know that he's going to get 200 yards on the ground this game.
No, they'll put it up. They'll put it up.
Put the square in back pocket for Trent. When Trent tries to craft up a goblin lineup for some reason this week and he hits you up for a square, give him this one. Because that one's turning green. Okay.
I mean, he'll take that.
You know what I would love if Prize Picks is watching? You know what I would love? If they put up a damn Heidenreich square. I'm sick and tired of no Heidenreich receiving yard square or reception squares. This guy's going to be in the NFL. This guy's the next Christian McCaffrey. He's unbelievable. The best receiving back I've ever seen in college football. I don't know why they don't put it up. They only put up his touchdown squares. Maybe it's because they don't know what to do with him because he was more of a running back the last 2 years, and this year he's more of a receiver. But put up Heidenreich.
If they put him up this week, that's going to be cake, Krabs. You know that.
After gassing him up, probably. But
well, no, he had a pretty huge game. I'm pretty sure last game.
Brother, check his stats. He goes off every game. He's the best player on the team.
Let me peep.
He's unbelievable. And in a losing game script, I could certainly see him going off in the receiving game and getting at least one touchdown.
He had 6 for 65 receiving last week.
What did he do?
He had 6 catches for 65 yards.
Okay, well, that's a pretty shitty game, to be honest with you.
Well, his last 3 games before that were 2 for 21, 2 for 40, 2 for 44.
Yeah, he's been a little cold.
So the volume was there.
He had one game where I think was
he had
maybe
8 for 243
against the Air Force game. Read out his Air Force game.
8 catches for 243 against Air Force. And he had 0 carries in that game.
Yeah, he's pretty much just a wide receiver now, which is kind of weird. I think they got enough guys in the backfield, and they moved him pretty much to just a slot receiver. He's been a machine so far this season.
That's nuts.
That game against Air Force that's when you tell your grandkids about. Okay. Prize Picks, please put up Heidenreich squares. Enough is enough. No need to hide anymore. Put them up.
Make the call for Eli Heidenreich.
I might have to make the call. I might have to cash in a call there. Yep. All right. One more game. I mean, this is game of the year. Also on the CW network. Cannot make it up. Late night game, 10 p.m. Eastern. Cancel your plans on Saturday this weekend, folks. We got Sam Houston and the Bearcats going to play against the late night Beeve in Oregon State on the rep. Yep. Sam Houston, folks. Will Sam Houston win a game this year?
Probably not.
No, they're 0-8. They're 20.5-point dogs. Also, it's worth noting, don't let the late night Beef get hot. It's probably too late. They're coming off two big wins.
Yeah, post coach firing.
Yep, they're undefeated post coach firing. And Sam Houston's one of these teams that's just that bad at this point. I can't even bet them. I got Rowdy DMing me about fantasy football questions. I bet needs 2 Corp to not be in the chat, man. Gosh. I remember when Rowdy would marinate in the chat here, man. He'd be in here every day, and now he's 2 Corp. He's too big. He's too big time.
Krabs, there might be one thing we have to do in this game.
You think we just take the over and call it a day?
We just take the over. That seems like the most American bet in this game. Worst game of the year. Let's take points.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to need to get some sort of bet going in this game. Might have to get a squad ride options. The
total went up a point, which is not much in the grand scheme of things, but for this game to be going up at all is crazy. Especially after, Oregon State just played a game that was 10-7. Granted, it was pissing rain, but it was 10-7.
Yeah. There's Rowdy. What's up, Beast? Rowdy, it was a 4-man lineup he sent me in the Knicks game, and then he also has some Celtic squares. Denny Avdia, 2.5 threes. I would leave that one in there. We're going to need that tonight. for Portland against OKC. Jaylen Brown more than 2.5 threes against the Wizards. That's probably a pretty good bet. Although I'd probably rather take. What'd you say?
Jaylen Brown went 0 for 9 last game.
Yeah, that's probably a good time to take him. And then Jalen Brunson more than 2.5 threes he's taken, along with OG Anunoby more than 2.5 threes. Demon. If I took anything in that game, Rowdy, or took anything out, I'd take one of those two out and just keep it to 3 separate games, 3 separate players. Okay. Jovan, bro, how hype was that Shohei box last night? Ooh.
Trent fucking breaks, man. He needs to be burned.
Spending his whole life savings on breaks. I bet.
Whole life savings.
His cards will be worth something one day. Right? San Diego State, Hawaii. Real quick, anything in that game, and then we'll do the squad ride.
San Diego State might be kind of good. I'll say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are.
Starting to look good. Fat line move their way too.
Yep.
Interested to see how they defend Hawaii's offense, but kind of like them in that game.
Yep. Lane 7-1 as well. They got the best kicker in college football as well, in my opinion, out there in San Diego State.
Can't believe you just said that when Dr. Love exists.
This kid's better.
Wow.
This kid's better.
You were calling him better than Dr. Love.
Unfortunately, he is.
Unfortunately,
he is. I know.
That's a canon moment.
I know. Somebody clipped that. You don't get a lot of John Love chirps very often, and that's one of them. All right. Let me get the squad ride poll up here. I'm going to get it running here on my phone. We're going to do it on X as well.
Yeah,
ETL squad ride poll. Are you able to run the graphic? Are you in that puppy?
You mean this?
Sure he can. Attaboy.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. We have to put the Trailblazers in here.
Of course.
Let's see what they're sitting at right now. Blazers plus 4.5, I say. What is your favorite play today, Jovan?
I think it's the Mavs.
Ooh. Okay. Mavericks.
I see 8.5 touchdown on the hook. Wow. Moving.
I'm seeing 8.5.
It's Krabs main halves.
Damn. Okay. Can we put... I think we got to put Tarleton State in here too. Get the people college basketball option.
There we go. Let's get Tarleton up and moving.
And then what hockey play do you want to put in here?
The Blues or the Blackhawks?
Yep. 2 dogs.
I mean, what's your... How you feeling about the Blues?
Feeling really good about the Blues.
Really good.
Goals allowed square.
Wow, fading your caps. Are you be able to... How's that going to go? What's the kickback from that going to be? If the fellas see you fading caps, man.
It's the Caps, man. That ain't no Commanders.
Fair.
Come on.
Fair. We'll go Blues, so we have 2 and 2 in there.
Okay. All right. Let me get this poll up. You guys know where to find it. Okay. Let's see. It's up right now. Hurry up, go, go, go. Get involved. Should have started it a minute earlier because now it's going to end after the show. Okay. Well, get involved. Get your vote in. We'll drop the link here in 1 second, guys. Let me retweet it myself. And I will drop the link for that in the chat for you guys here. If you want to get involved, the squad ride poll is on the Bookit BTL X account. Here's the link. There it is. W's. Has to be Tarleton chat saying, Randope saying the Blues, Caps for Krabs, maybe the Angels for Trent. Well, look, it's no Nats, it's no Commanders. Come on now. I like the Caps better than the Wizards. That's for sure. Out of respect for them being a solid program.
Yeah.
Right?
Much better org.
Much better org, even though they're owned by the same guy, which makes no sense. Get involved, chats. Hurry up, go, go, go. Get those votes in, get those votes in. Get those votes in, get those votes in. No, the squad ride is not back on Twitch, unfortunately, Line Shopper, but we do have the link in the chat if you want to get involved. It has been dropped. It's on Twitter now, so people can't see and tie the poll on purpose to troll. Buster5103. It's a shame it's gotten to this point, but got to do what we got to do to keep the show moving and grooving. Okay, because we cannot keep having the poll tie just for your guys' viewing pleasure. It's not fair. Okay.
Yeah, we need that.
Need that. Coin Toss live right after this as well on the Bookit Sports YouTube, Jovan.
Correct.
And you're in office for the Coin Toss, I believe, right?
Yep.
W's. Yeah, newest rule, I will. We've been doing this for about a week. Okay. It's the only way it works. It's the last opportunity we have here. Going to need a few to set up, so don't be bitching in the chat. We can also end a minute early here if that will help, because this poll is going to end after BTL does as well.
I don't think he's talking about that. So I'm staying where I am.
Okay. Adam, would love to hear the POD in the chat, man. But yeah, I don't think we have a surge today. We do have a live coin toss, though. Live coin toss. Okay. Excited to watch that. I think the dog is excited too, and he's about to be super annoying and bark a million times. Okay. Chat, get involved. I'll drop the link here one more time if you want to vote. Here you go. Here's the link if you want to vote for the squad ride. You got about a minute left, or 2 minutes left. There's a link. Bada bing, bada boom. Coin Toss is on YouTube only, Freeze. So make sure right after this you head over to the Bookit Sports YouTube. It should be starting a minute or two after BTL ends here. Excited to see what you guys are on this weekend. Excited to see what you craft up after what I believe was a 4-man lineup you guys hit on the Coin Toss on the last show. Yeah. W momentum.
Yeah. I don't know if we'll do that, I guess now we might do that in the next coming week and put the graphic out there, because they don't really have too many squad, but
yep,
we'll try and go back.
Yep. All right. NHL Wolf saves. NBA Sabonis rebounds. W Adams got Whalers. Appreciate you, Beast. All right. Yep. Everybody head over to the Bookit Sports YouTube so you can watch the coin toss, which starts up right after this. And if you want to know what the squad ride vote is, you can check the Bookit BTL X account. Okay. At Bookit BTL. The poll ends in a minute, but we got to wrap up here right now. So we will tweet out the squad ride graphic this afternoon. Stay posted. Check the X account if you want to see it early. W Rowdy, W Chat, W Jovan. Appreciate you guys. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. We'll be.